I wonder if you could just kind of, if you were to paint a picture of what happens at God's Closet when someone's walking in, what are they going to experience? What are you hoping that they will feel? What is the experience of going to a pop-up
Yeah, I love that.
from start to finish?
Yeah. So come into the space, and I try to kind of like be like near the entrance, like greet people and introduce myself and kind of like walk them through the experience. Yeah, we have stylists that are available that will like pair people up with if they want to when they walk in. We invite people to just like browse through the racks, and if they have a stylist, they'll like provide support, just like encouraging them to try stuff on or making suggestions or just hyping them up. And it's really cool to see like that dynamic can look so different with different people. Some people like really want to work with a stylist and they just like get all like chatty and are like, this is what I'm looking for, and they know, and so like that's really cool. Some people are way more like low key, and some people want to do their own thing, and that's cool too. But we always have a DJ. I love music. I think it's like so like huge for setting like a vibe and a mood. And so we have like a DJ, and we like also have a photographer who's like going around and like taking photos of the event, as well as when people have found something like they like. So we have like a standing mirror that people can like try stuff on at as well as like at different pop-ups like the restrooms or whatever. And it's cool because like sometimes like people will like gather around a little bit, something like somebody's like trying something on or something, and just like there'll be like a whole like cheerleader situation happening, which is really cool. And
yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then also like when somebody's like found a fit that they like, they can like go. We have like a backdrop area set up where the photographer will kind of take like a glamour shot of them. So that's fun. And we also have like a tailor. So if people are like needing like some kind of like alteration or something like that, we have somebody for that as well. And it's just cool. It's like I love like the people who come through, I feel like always are like wearing like fits as well, and like so it feels like just like such a vibe of like people who like love like fashion and self-expression, and people who are like trying new things on, and people who are like hyping them up, and just like on the music and like it's great. And then when people it is a party. When people leave, we like we like oftentimes like one of the like most sweet moments I feel like is when people come up and they're like, how much do we owe you for all of this, and it's like nothing, like this is all like free as it should be, like these resources like should be accessible to everybody. And this kind of experience, and so that's just like always been like the core of like who we are and how we operate. And so like just seeing like people light up when they're treated, the way that they should be, and like given the space to like express themselves and like and all of that, and like and have that like safe sense of safety and comfort and all of that. And then they get to walk away. I love like seeing, like I always ask like, what did you walk away with? What did you find?
Yes.
And I love seeing like what people walk away with, like sometimes because there are items that like I've donated, and like seeing sometimes that people like walk away with like something that I like, like no longer was working for me, but they're like killing it, like
magic of a clothing swap situation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of the vibe start to finish.
How are you able to make it free and accessible to people? Like what resources are you drawing from there?
We're figuring it out as we go.
Okay.
So we've always had a lot of responsiveness to people wanting to donate clothing, which is really cool. We are like, we're trying to be a little bit more like, because we want to have clothing available that feels like a curated selection of like of pieces that we've found like that we feel like intentional about, that we feel like somebody would like feel good about, you know.
Yeah.
We don't want it to just feel like a Goodwill situation. And so we're really trying to like I think be more intentional about the clothing that we're like inviting people to donate, because like from the beginning, like people have been like willing to, you know, like donate clothing, but we found that like sometimes it it ends up with like having like clothing that's like DoorDash 5K or something, you know, like it's like not you're not really what we're looking for.
Some people might be wanting to put on for DoorDash, but most people
So so we're at a stage now, I feel like, where we're like, as we've become more aware of that, we're just inviting people to be more intentional about like what they're donating, and we're kind of seeing how people respond to that. So that's kind of like been our like clothing donation situation. And then we have we like started with like, we had like a little bit of money like that a church donated to us. So we were like running off of that, and then kind of using our own resources, and then so we did this GoFundMe to kind of like help support, since we like didn't really have any funding sources. We did this GoFundMe at the end of the year, and that was like really like hugely successful. Like we had a lot of support, and we were able to like even surpass our goal, which was amazing. Because we also are like using some of that money like for our like to put this fundraiser together in the spring. Everything's so expensive. Everything costs so much money. So we're like being as creative as we can, and like, but we're like, we're definitely still looking for like ways to raise more like financial support for what we do, because up until now at our pop-ups, we've been just relying on like people to like volunteer their support, which has been like amazing, and people have really stepped up. But we are hoping, especially since a lot of the people that like volunteer at our pop-ups are like trans people themselves, or often people of color, we just like have always felt really strongly about wanting to be able to like compensate people. And so now that we have a little bit of money from this GoFundMe, we're trying to raise more money at this fundraiser. We're hoping to just like moving forward be able to offer people even just like something, you know, for their time and for their talent and their effort, and like it's important to us to be able to do that. We're like fundraising through the GoFundMe and through word of mouth and things like that right now.
Generous with their time and their belongings.
Exactly.
Their money.
So
well, again, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yun is the creator of God's Closet. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.